Welcome back to Only Talk Sports. So we talk sports every single day, or at least we try to. I'm your host, Jeffrey. Subscribe to the channel if you like sports content. Hit that notification bell so you never miss another video. Week 9 of the college football season is over, and what a week. There was a lot of upsets and a lot of big results that are definitely shaking up the top 25 poll. Let's go over all these games and break down my thoughts on them. On Thursday night, Utah won at Washington State 21-17. That was a good win for Utah. Washington State is a tough place to play, and they found a way to win. NC State beat Virginia Tech 22-21 at home. This was a game where NC State was losing the whole entire time, but then they came back and beat Virginia Tech at the end. Good win for them. Obviously, Devin Leary being out, NC State's not as good of a football team. A win is a win. Then Southern Miss beat Louisiana Lafayette 39-24. That was a good win for them. And on Friday night, East Carolina went on the road at BYU and won 27-24. Great win for East Carolina. BYU is now under 500. A tough loss for BYU, but ECU is now bowl eligible. And Florida International beat Louisiana Tech 42-34 in double overtime. Good win for FIU. Now on Saturday, Georgia beat Florida in their rivalry game 42-20. This game was not really that close. Georgia handled them, and Florida tried, but again, they just cannot compete with Georgia at this time. Ohio State won at Penn State 44-31. Big win for the Buckeyes. Penn State, it looked like for a time, had a chance to win this game. They were up 21-16, but Ohio State came back and won and kind of blew it open, especially after Penn State started to make mistakes. Tennessee beat down Kentucky 44-6. Great win for Tennessee. The Volunteers just look better and better as the weeks are going on, and it definitely looks like Tennessee is definitely one of the top 4 teams in the country, and Kentucky really struggled in this game, but a great win for Tennessee at home. Michigan beat Michigan State 29-7. Michigan State was not really competitive with their rival. Michigan handled Michigan State, and this game was not really close. TCU beat West Virginia 41-31. Good win for TCU to stay undefeated. And obviously, West Virginia is a tough place to play, and it was a close game, but good win for the Horned Frogs. Oregon beat California 42-24. Not a really close game. California tried, but Oregon's offense is rolling with Bo Nix at quarterback, and Oregon is still in the hunt for a potential playoff berth at the end of the season. Kansas State beat Oklahoma State 48-0 in a shocker game. Oklahoma State not scoring a point, something that they have not done since 2009. Oklahoma State could not get anything going on offense, and Kansas State also had Will Howard at quarterback. Adrian Martinez was not even out there. He was out for precautionary injury reasons. And Kansas State just from the start just destroyed Oklahoma State. Great win for the Wildcats, 48-0. Louisville beat Wake Forest 48-21. And Wake Forest really struggled in this game, really shockingly enough, on offense. Wake Forest usually has a much better offense than what they put out there against Louisville, and obviously Wake Forest's defense cannot stop Louisville. Great win for the Cardinals and really helps out Scott Satterfield, a head coach. Very shocking result. USC beat Arizona 45-37. Really good win for the Trojans. Really good win for Lincoln Riley. Obviously, a lot of people thought this game was going to be more of a blowout, but Arizona hung tough, and it is tough to win down in the desert, so good win for USC. UCLA beat Stanford 38-13. Great win for UCLA. Stanford has been kind of playing spoiler at times this season. They upset Notre Dame, so a good win for UCLA to handle business. Ole Miss won at Texas A&M 31-28. It's tough to win at Texas A&M. At Ole Miss, and Lane Kiffin got it done, so a good win for them. And Jimbo Fisher's team is really struggling this season to find ways to win. Notre Dame beat Syracuse 41-24. A lot of people might be surprised by this result, but Notre Dame still has a lot of talent, and Syracuse luck might have started to run out. And obviously, Garrett Shrader did get hurt for Syracuse at quarterback, and that really hurt them as well. But Notre Dame, great win for them. Illinois won at Nebraska 26-9. Great win for Illinois. Nebraska is really struggling this season again, and Illinois is having a great season with Brett Bielema at head coach. UCF 25, Cincinnati 21. Great win for UCF. UCF really struggling in their last couple of games, but they found a way to beat Cincinnati, and Cincinnati is finally out of the top 25 for the first time in over a year, and Cincinnati lost to an unranked opponent for the first time in over a year. So tough loss for Cincinnati. They're still a really good team. A great win for UCF. UNC 42, Pittsburgh 24. North Carolina is playing really good football, and they're playing better and better as the season has gone on. Drake May is not getting enough love in the Heisman conversation. He's a fantastic quarterback. Matt Brown's got North Carolina rolling, and they only have the loss to Notre Dame. Tough loss for Pittsburgh. And Missouri beat South Carolina 23-10. South Carolina, after entering the top 25, really struggled in this game, and Missouri handled business. Missouri's still a really quality football team, even though they have not found ways to win, but they finally got the win against South Carolina. Now to the unranked games, Arkansas beat Auburn 41-27. Auburn's really struggling on offense, and it was a really good win for Arkansas to go at Jordan Hare and win. Really good win for Sam Pittman's team. Oklahoma 27, Iowa State 13. Really good win for Oklahoma. Oklahoma's bouncing back now that Dylan Gabriel is back, and Iowa State's having a tough season, but great win for Oklahoma. UConn beat Boston College 13-3. Connecticut is much better with Jim Moore at head coach, and Boston College is having a really tough season under Jeff Hafley. Florida State 41, Georgia Tech 16. Florida State, obviously, is still a really quality football program, a lot of talent. They're not in the national public eye like some people thought they were going to be, but they're still having a really solid season at 5-3, and Georgia Tech's falling back there with 2 straight losses. But Florida State, again, even though they're not ranked and they might not be at the level people want them to be for Florida State fans, they're still having a great season. Houston 42, South Florida 27. Good win for Houston over South Florida. Toledo 27, Eastern Michigan 24. That's a good win. Miami, Ohio 27, Akron 9. Miami 14, Virginia 12 and 4 overtimes. Miami is the opposite of Florida State. Miami has tons of talent, and a lot of people thought Miami was going to have a good season. But unlike Florida State, who still is having a good season, Miami is really struggling, and they did find a way to beat Virginia. So a good win for Mark Cristobal to get the win, but they're really struggling, and they got the win, but they're really having a bad season for what people thought they were going to do. Tough loss for Virginia. Charlotte 56, Rice 23. Great win for Charlotte. Minnesota 31, Rutgers 0. Rutgers really struggling this game after beating Indiana, and Minnesota is kind of starting to bounce back a little bit after they had a tough stretch of losing 3 in a row. Georgia State 31, Old Dominion 17, good win there. Iowa 33, Northwestern 13. Northwestern's really struggling this season with Pat Fitzgerald at head coach, and Iowa's scoring 33 points on offense goes to show how bad Northwestern's defense is. New Mexico State 23, Massachusetts 13, good win there. Navy 27, Temple 20 in overtime, good win for Navy. SMU 45, Tulsa 34, good win for SMU. Appalachian State 42, Robert Morris 3, going for Appalachian State. North Texas 40, Western Kentucky 13. Western Kentucky really struggling this game and really shocking too because they have been one of the better Conference USA programs lately. But North Texas handled business. South Alabama 31, Arkansas State 3. South Alabama's a good team. Boise State 49, Colorado State 10. Boise State starting to assert themselves in the Mountain West, and they're playing good football as the season has gone along. Coastal Carolina 24, Marshall 13. Going for Coastal Carolina, they're having a great season, and they only have 1 loss. Florida Atlantic 24, UAB 17. Good win for Florida Atlantic. Arizona State 42, Colorado 34. Good win for Arizona State. Colorado's really struggling, but they were able to put up some points against Arizona State, but Arizona State found a way to win. Baylor 45, Texas Tech 17. Good win for Baylor. Texas Tech played well against West Virginia, beating them 48-10 last week, but a really good win for Baylor to go on the road and win, and Dave Aranda's team is still really solid. Middle Tennessee State 24, UTEP 13. Good win for Middle Tennessee State. Fresno State 32, San Diego State 28. 2 quality Mountain West programs, and Fresno State was down big in this game. They came back and won. Good win for them. San Jose State 35, Nevada 28. San Jose State is a decent program, and they got the win over a struggling Nevada team. Good win there. And Wyoming 27, Hawaii 20. Good win for Wyoming. That is all the results in Week 9 of the college football season. A lot of upsets, a lot of crazy results. Comment down below what you thought were the craziest results and biggest games of Week 9. Subscribe to the channel if you like sports content. Like this video down below, and I will see you next time.